Hi, everybody. How are you? It's Mike Andrew. I want to speak from two perspectives. One, as a proud American who had the greatest early years growing up as a young boy, young adult, education, early professional career, and currently, last 16 years living and working in the Middle East, primarily Dubai and Abu Dhabi for 5 years and Saudi Arabia for 11 years. And as a proud American, I got to tell you, I'm really, really disappointed and oftentimes embarrassed by what I hear in the media and in the political arena about the way they disparage countries like Saudi Arabia and the Muslim faith. Couldn't be further from the truth. I'm telling you this after 16 years. And if I didn't feel this way, I wouldn't have stayed here. Yeah, work kept me here, but I wouldn't have stayed here. And so let me explain why. Do you know, living here, I have never been treated with such kindness, hospitality, and respect on an everyday basis as I've had living here over the last 16 years. It's unbelievable, the level of kindness. Do you know a Muslim cannot be a Muslim if they don't believe in Jesus? Imagine that. They cannot be a Muslim if they don't believe in Jesus. They believe Jesus was a great man, a prophet. They don't believe he was God. And what's wrong with that? Pretty consistent. You know, there's a lot of similarities between Islam and Christianity. I'm explaining it now. We were taught about the 10 commandments from Moses. And commandment number one God. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not be a false God before me. One of the other commandments from Moses, by the way, which they adhere to incredibly, is honor thy mother and father. And you should see the way every single family consistently, the way they honor their parents from the time they're children to the time they're grown adults. It's beautiful. It's amazing to see. Jesus is mentioned throughout the Quran, I think 25 times. Mary, or Miriam as they refer to her, they believe in the Immaculate Conception. There's a whole chapter devoted to Mary and her family. And Mary is the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran. Some of their teachings, you know, they talk about charity and good deeds. It doesn't mean handing out money. It could, but it also means simple things like picking trash off the street when you see it, or smiling at another person, being kind to animals. You know, they talk about extremists. Well, there's extremists everywhere, even in American politics, which is killing me to see the vitriol and how mean it can be. They love the kingdom form of government. They love their king. They love their crown prince. You know why? Because every king has always looked out for the greater good of its citizens, the greater good of their country. The Saudi citizens have wonderful benefits in terms of education opportunities, in terms of medical benefits. You know, I was hospitalized for 12 days with a complicated surgery one time. And when I was released after 12 days, my total bill came out to $37. But their teachings, you know, from their prophet. There's one teaching, by the way, when we talk about extremists, it says if you kill one innocent person, it's as if you've killed all of humanity. It's a very peaceful religion, very peaceful, with a lot more kindness and dignity than what I'm seeing in American politics, which is disappointing me. They're very unified. There's no divisiveness, and people are going to say, well, yeah, well, they have to be. No, it's their values. It's in their values. And women are treated very, very well. And I always say, if you don't believe me, you ask any Saudi woman, and she'll tell you they love their country, they love their family, they love their faith. And from their teachings also is that the most important person in the family is the mother. And the second most important person in the family is the mother. And the third most important person in the family is the mother. Then comes the father. So I just wanted to convey a perspective of having lived here for 16 years. The consistency, the compatibility of Islam and Christianity, it's just they can't be a Muslim if they don't believe in Jesus. They just believe he was a great man and prophet, not God. And the way they've treated me with such kindness in a way that has enhanced my life. And I'm sure that if I hadn't lived here in the Middle East, I'd probably have similar views from what I hear in the media in the United States. So I hope you take into account my perspective of having been here for 16 years and the way I've been treated with such kindness and the love they have for the United States, by the way. Thank you for listening.